and gentlemen, good afternoon. My name is Kendra Gaither, and I serve as president of the U.S. Africa Business Center at the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. It is my distinct pleasure to welcome you to this high-level discussion of the U.S.-Nigeria Economic Business Roundtable. We are convening this discussion today on the margins of the UN General Assembly to be able to continue to strengthen our strong partnership and collaboration between Nigeria and the United States, led with business and commercial partnerships at the forefront of that collaboration. Mr. Vice President, the champions of the U.S. business community and their partners in Nigeria, represented here, are excited about the prospect of partnering with your administration to strengthen trade and investment between our two nations. As you may know, the U.S. Chamber of Commerce is the world's largest business advocacy organization, operating in all 50 United States and more than 130 countries, including Nigeria, as represented by our American Business Council Nigeria and our incredible colleague, Margaret Olele, who leads our office in Lagos. And we've been focused on promoting free enterprise, representing members of all sectors, sizes, and shapes, and regions for more than 110 years. Our U.S. Africa Business Center and our partners for the event, ABC Nigeria, the Ministry of Industry, Trade and Industry, and its agency, the Nigeria Investment Promotion Commission, and partners at today's event, really would like to thank you and your delegation for speaking with us, for being here with members of the private sector to really talk about the priorities that Nigeria has for investment, the opportunities to partner and engage, and ways that we can continue to raise and strengthen our collaboration and our commercial partnership. I'd like to thank our sponsors who helped make today's event possible. And that includes our lead sponsors, Rendeavor and TGI, our gold sponsor, Sun Africa, our silver sponsors, Google, Abbott, Visa, and Siemens Healthineers. I've been given lots of words here to say to you, Mr. Vice President, about our work, but recognizing that you have had a long flight and have a long engagement ahead of you, I just wanted to share a few highlights with you that I'd like for you to take away, and then we will continue on with the program. What I want you to remember is that the Chamber is a vocal advocate for increased bilateral and regional trade with Africa. And it's something that we've been committed to for a very long time, and we're proud to represent the largest U.S. investors operating in Nigeria. Our members see enormous opportunities for foreign direct investment in your country, not just because Nigeria is the largest economy in sub-Saharan Africa and the most populous country on the continent, but with the growth trajectory and the economic reform and the vision that the government has laid out, it continues to increase enthusiasm and increase the focus on what we can do together. The resilience and the innovation from the startup community continues to inspire, and it offers great prospects for economic growth and job creation for millions of youth.
I'm quite glad to be in your midst this afternoon. America is the leading nation in the world. That's why the action is. It's my singular honor and privilege to interact with you this afternoon, and I'm not taking it for granted. I appreciate you, I value you, I cherish you. For the purpose of emphasis, let me make three comparisons. In Africa, there are three nations that are celebrated: Seychelles, Botswana, and Rwanda. They are seen as African success stories. But what is the population of Seychelles? It's 98,462. What is the population of Botswana? It's 2.35 million people. What is the population of Rwanda? It's 13.9 million people. What is the population of Nigeria? 230 million people. It's the most populous country in Africa, one of the largest economies, and by 2050, Nigeria is projected to be the third most populous nation on earth. I'm an eternal optimist. Yes, there will be the demographic bulge. If not properly harnessed, there might be the demographic disaster that will consume all of us, or there will be the demographic dividend that will catapult our nation to higher pedestals. Ladies and gentlemen, I urge you, I beseech you, I call on you to give Nigeria the benefit of the doubt. The current administration, led by Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is an investor-friendly administration. The most investor-friendly administration in the history of Nigeria. President Tinubu, from day one, oil subsidy was an albatross around the Nigerian neck. From day one, he hit the ground running by withdrawing fuel subsidy. What about the multiple opaque exchange rate regime that fueled corruption? He collapsed them on day one. These are very hard nuts to crack. But he's an American-trained accountant, trained in the city of Chicago. He speaks your language of business. He understands your language because he grew up in your ecosystem. And Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, recall that this event coincides with the period when the world's largest single-train refinery, Dangote Petroleum Refinery and Petrochemicals, with a capacity of 650,000 barrels per day, commenced the production and supply of gasoline into the Nigerian market. This marks a significant victory for industrialization in Nigeria, which aims to catalyze a virtuous cycle of development, job creation, and economic prosperity. I recall that Nigeria has unrivaled investment opportunities with one of the highest returns on investment and easily the most profitable economy in Africa. More so, Nigeria is strategically positioned as the gateway to the African market and to significantly benefit from the African Continental Free Trade Area Agreement. So my gratitude goes to the U.S. government and the U.S. Chamber of Commerce for organizing this laudable event. I wish everyone here present fruitful deliberations and conclusions that will lead to tangible investments in Nigeria and deepen the U.S.-Nigeria relationship. My takeaway for all of you is that there is a paradigm shift in the Nigerian business climate. Nigeria is now open for business. You are a leader who speaks your language, who grew up in your ecosystem, who understands your challenges, and be rest assured that in Nigeria, your investments will be secured. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, and I want to begin by thanking Ms. Kendra Kaiser and the USCC team for making this event possible. I know the amount of work you put and the amount of commitment and dedication to making this event successful. Thank you so much for the collaboration, the partnership, for the initiative, for the ideas, for your unwavering push to see more collaboration between Nigeria and the US, pushing the private sector for more investment, and of course the government for the sort of reforms, policy support, and everything that we need, the enabling environment to make it work. So thank you so much, and of course you have a strong partner here, and the ministry will continue to support in every way that we can.
So I would say that we are very much happy to collaborate and work. There are lots of things that we are doing. and mapping the stakeholders. It's important that you have looked at, you've seen AFRED, we've talked about exit. But we're working with AFDB. We are having what we call the AFDB series. What we are looking at is intentionally looking at the funding that's coming from there and how the US companies can benefit from that as well to drive businesses in the country. There are other opportunities as well, what we call the sister cities, engaging with subnational governments to see what funds can happen. So we will be happy to continue to work with our parent partner and all our partners in the country to see what opportunities can derive. Thank you so much. I think I've talked a bit too much. Thank you.